So today I want to explore something that I heard on the radio, which was an interview with the former Rugby Union player, Greenwood. And one of the things that he said that stuck with me, and I think this might have been a quote from one of his coaches, I'm afraid it's a little bit lost in the mists of time now. He said, "Be the best at things that don't require any talent or skill." So I'm going to say that again. Be the best at things that don't require any talent or skill. So those are the things like turning up on time, like paying attention when somebody's talking to you, like putting in the hours to do the things that you've been asked to do, like looking after your equipment, keeping your clothing clean, polishing your shoes, all those sorts of things. And if you take that into the business world, it would be things like replying to email within a certain amount of time, returning phone calls. It might be turning up to meetings, having thought through the things that are going to be under discussion and so on. These are not things that require talent or skill. They're things that just require determination and you to give a little bit of time and attention to it. So why is that important? Why did that stick with me? Why did it stick with him? Why is it possibly going to stick with you now? And I think there's a number of reasons why this is an important principle. And the first thing is that if you do the things that don't require any talent or skill really well, that gives you a solid foundation. It gives you some things that you're successful at. So even on a day when everything's gone wrong, you can look in the mirror, for example, and kind of go, well, at least I've turned up looking the part. Or if something's not gone your way in a meeting, you can at least say to yourself, well, I did my preparation, I did the things I planned to do, I showed up on time, and if it hasn't worked out, then it's not because I did something wrong. So it gives you kind of a solid base. It gives you something, to build everything else on top of. And because of that, it helps to create a degree of self-esteem. So even if what you're succeeding in isn't something that requires a lot of talent or skill, or indeed doesn't require any talent or skill, if you're succeeding in something, you're still succeeding. And that creates self-esteem. Even doing tiny things successfully, ticking something off your list, that creates self-esteem. And we know, psychologically that when people are going through a rough time and they're a bit of a low ebb, maybe you've lost your job or, something's gone wrong in your life and you start to feel a bit kind of less capable, a bit less confident, that's kind of a bit of a slippery slope. One of the things that really works for a lot of people to rebuild that is small successes. And if you focus on the things that don't require any talent or skill, then it's easy to get those successes. It's a bit like, habits to do with things like, making the bed in the morning, loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, just taking time, taking care over things, making sure that the basics are done, just helps that sense of I'm succeeding. So then what goes along with that is it becomes a habit. So you generate, what I think of as a habit of excellence. That if you're doing what's needed, if you're doing things to the best of your ability, even if they're, perhaps quite insignificant things in the grand scheme of things, but you're doing them and you're taking care of things and ticking them off your list and making sure they're done properly, then when it comes to the big things, the big important things, the projects where there's something really riding on it, the meetings where something important's going to happen, that habit of excellence will stand you in good stead. It makes sure that you're used to succeeding, that you're used to completing things that you set out to complete and doing them to a high standard. So this builds a very, very firm foundation. And I think what also goes along with that is with that habit of excellence, it becomes easy then to review what you've done and to think about how can I make this a bit better? So what else could I have included in that to make it work even more successfully? Because it's very hard to think about how to improve things when you're already feeling, lacking in confidence, you're feeling maybe, that you're not quite up to the job or you're not capable. When your confidence has taken the knock, then it's quite hard to think about, okay, what should I be doing better? It's much easier to rebuild yourself by doing simple things, doing them really well and getting back in the habit of success. So, nice little quote that, isn't it? Be the best at things that don't require any talent or skill. So my challenge to you is, what are some of the things in your life and your work that don't require any talent or skill, but that perhaps you've been overlooking? Are there things that you could really be the best at that would help create your personal habit of excellence?